It is such a pleasure to be back at Sacré Cœur and to be afforded this opportunity to speak to you all about my experiences of Year 12. While I'm no stranger to this lectern or this hall, I feel a special weight of responsibility today to do justice to the VCE journey on behalf of the class of 2018. And yes, I do think journey befits the experience, in spite of how I take umbrage to the use of this word in popular culture. Because although the class of 2018 did not spend the year dancing, singing or cooking for our lives, as is the typical reality TV journey, I think it's undeniable that Year 12 was a challenging, intense and unique experience which forged lasting memories for each of us. As I'm sure the girls would agree, Year 12 was one of the hardest experiences of our lives thus far. From the giddy fear of our first sack, the year progressively intensified to the point where I'd stand at parties or family events actively racking my brain for a conversation topic other than my VCE. Year 12 became so immersive and all-consuming, and my weekends were a blur of seemingly endless lists, shamefully early nights, and equally horrifying quantities of chocolate consumed. Yet, as much as it may seem a trite or overused cliche, the year was also so deeply rewarding. I chose subjects that I had a passion for, which meant that I didn't resent them and I was really stimulated when I was learning them. And what was really important to me was the camaraderie of staying after school most nights and chugging copious amounts of tea with my friends as we soldiered on. And I mean, really, if completing Year 12 at a school such as this is the greatest adversity I've had to face, then I can count myself as truly lucky. I'm also cognizant of the fact that academic achievers can often be revered as possessors of a magical or divine ability to make such achievements. And of course, nothing is further from the truth. I think Tim Minchin spoke about this best when addressing graduates of the University of Western Australia. He said, "I suppose I worked hard to achieve whatever dubious achievements I have achieved. But I didn't make the part of me that works hard. Understanding that you can't truly take credit for your successes nor truly blame others for their failures will humble you and make you more compassionate." This is not to say that I'm not immensely proud of my VCE results and the doors they have subsequently opened, but rather I'm just aware of the fact that only a very small part of those results are really due to me. Pivotal to my year was the support of my teachers, their thoroughness, and willingness to mark the deluge of practice pieces and respond to the smattering of emails that I subjected them all to. And as such, I'd like to thank Mr. Scott, Miss Clements, Mr. Maguire, Dr. Ong, Miss Albrecht and Madame Solomon. I'd also like to acknowledge all of the teachers that have contributed to my journey at Burke Road, including my wonderful Year 12 homeroom teacher, Miss Cowan, Miss Steedman in her support of me as careers counsellor, and all of the teachers involved in GSV sport and debating, which were really important facets of my school experience. I'd also like to thank my mum and dad for giving me the opportunity to study at this wonderful school, for putting up with the same 3-hour classical music remix blasted from my room ad nauseum, for fueling my chocolate addiction, but of course, most importantly, for believing in me. And finally, I'd like to thank and congratulate each of the members of the class of 2018. And so to the classes of 2019, 2020, and all those subsequent, I would say this: do not ATAR calculate. It is the ultimate exercise in futility. Do not compete with your classmates or sell or trade your notes, but give and share. Collaboration in learning is to the benefit of everyone. Grab this opportunity with both hands. As Tim Minchin so rightly put it, we are predisposed for success in a school such as Sacré Cœur, and while education is the right of all, it is our privilege to enjoy it. And finally, please don't be deceived that Year 12 was easy for me, or that I never felt self-doubt and worried that I wouldn't be good enough. Of course I did. But when I look back on 2018, the thing that I most regret is that time that I spent worrying and stressing. So please believe me, believe your parents, believe your teachers, believe your peers, and believe the swathe of other people that believe in you. Because in the words of Helen Reddy, I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. Thank you.